Hey everyone, welcome back, and I welcome you all to a very exciting section, that is OOPS. So from this video onwards, we'll be looking at what are OOPS, what is object oriented programming, what are classes, what are objects, and everything related to OOPS. So this section is the meat part of the whole course. So without any further delay, let's start with the video. So when we talk about object oriented programming design, or I can say object oriented programming, right? Like we say that Java is a object oriented programming language. So when I talk about OOPS, basically we talk about two things, okay, that are classes and objects. So these two things are the core part of an object oriented programming language. Most of the students find one thing difficult in object oriented programming design is what is the main benefit of this whole design, okay, like why are we even using it. So from this video onwards, I'll be making it really easy that what is OOPS, how you can use OOPS, and how you can write clean and maintainable code using this design that is known as object oriented programming design. Now before diving into the video, before diving into the core concepts of the OOPS, let's first try to understand these two terms, okay, classes and objects. So my first question is, what is a object, or what is an object? Okay, can I say that everything that you see around you is an object, right? Anything that has some properties is an object. For example, if I say a dog, can I say that a dog is an object? Okay, like for example, a dog can have a height, right? He can have like a dog, it can have a color, it can have a breed, and it can have a weight, and it can have some behavior, right? So like there are more properties as well to a dog, but I can say that yes, these are some properties that this dog can have, right? Similarly, I can say that if I talk about myself, like my name is Piyush, right? And I have certain properties, like I have skin color, I have my height, I have my weight, and I have some behavior, right? I have some location from where I belong, I have nationality. So there are certain properties, or I can say certain characteristics that are attached to me. So anything, literally anything that has some properties is known as object. Okay, so we are clear what is object. So everything is an object, whether it's your mobile phone, whether it's your laptop, whether it's your table, whether it's your air conditioner, whether it's your mic, whether it's your anything. So everything is an object. Now, if I say that there is a dog, right? Now there is a dog 1, there is a dog 2, and there is a minute differences between these two dogs, right? Like there is a possibility that this dog be black and this dog can be in like golden color, right? Then this can have a different behavior, this can have a different behavior. So I can say that properties are same, like they both have a height, they both have color, they both have breed, but the values of those properties are different, correct? So basically what I'm saying is that, can I say that a dog basically belongs to a animal class, a animal category, or I can say, right? So I can say that a dog basically is an object of an animal class. A dog is an object because it has some properties. But like what are the properties resemble to? Like I can say a dog has 4 legs, right? Anything that has 4 legs, can I say it's an animal, correct? And anything like a lion, or I can say donkey. So these all are objects of the animal class. So a class, like you can consider a class as a category, basically to categorize. Similarly, like this Piyush can belong to a person class. So there is a class person, and I can define that, hey person class, you have certain properties, that height, weight, skin color, or I can say your nationality and your religion. Okay. Now when Piyush is an object of this person class. Now Piyush will have its own properties, okay, and maybe you are having your own properties, and each person has its own properties. So similarly, a class is basically what holds the properties, and the objects what defines the properties. Okay, so like you can treat the class as a category. So like a animal class, okay, because they all are having a same behavior, so they are grouped in the animal class, and all the people out there can be belong to a person class. Similarly, there can be a class like a mobile, and Apple iPhone can be a can be an object of the mobile class. Similarly, you can have a class like devices, like laptop device, and then a MacBook Pro can be a object of that class. Okay, So let me show you in the code like what I'm talking about, what is a class and how you can create objects out of it and how you can define properties out of it. So here I have a simple boilerplate Java code, right? And you can already see we have one class, that is main. So what we are going to do is basically we are going to create our own classes and we are going to create objects of those classes. So let's take this particular example in which I have taken this animal. Okay, so let's say I have a class named as animal. Okay, animal. Now notice one thing, that I have kept the first letter of the class as uppercase, right? So it's a good practice to keep the first letter of your class as uppercase. Okay, now let's define some properties that animal can have. Okay, so what are those properties? Can I say that a animal can have a string property of type breed? Yes, that's absolutely correct. And can I say that a animal can have a property, say let's say color, right? And an animal can even have a name, right? And I can say integer, an animal can have a age, right? And you can like go on defining some properties, right? So this is an animal class. And similarly what I can do, I can have one more class. Okay, a class, I can say a person or maybe a human. So a person has a name, right? A person can have like a nationality, I can say nat, and a person can have a age. So there are some properties that are attached to a person. Now let's see how I can create objects around it. Okay, so let's say I want to create a dog. So I'll say animal, basically a data type. I have created my own data type. So this is a non-primitive type. Okay, animal, I'll say dog. Okay, and I'll say new animal. So like this I can create an object. So this dog, basically this variable dog, belongs to the animal class. Now let's give the values to those properties. Okay, so I can say that dog. Now as soon as I put dot, so you can see that I have age, I have breed, and I have name, right? So I can say that the name of this dog is Tuffy, okay, the most common name. And I can say the age of this particular dog is 12, okay. And I can say that dog dot name is already done. We have a breed, and I can say that this is a Labrador, correct? Similarly what we can have is I can even have a lion, which belongs to an animal class. So I can say a new animal, correct? And then we can even define the properties for this animal. I can say that lion, your name is lion, okay? So the name of my lion is lion. And I can say that hey lion, your age is basically, I don't know what's the lifespan of a lion, but let's say 10 years. And I can say that hey lion, your breed is, you are a normal breed, because I'm not aware of the breeds that a lion can have. Similarly, you can create objects for your person class, right? And now what I can do, see, like if I say s out, that hey dog, what's your name? I can even access the properties. So as soon as I run this program, now you can see that I'm getting Tuffy, correct? If I say hey lion, what's your name? So if I run this program, you can see that I'm getting lion, because the name of the lion was lion. And if I want to ask the breed of the lion, I can say lion.breed, and I'll be getting the breed, right? And if I say hey dog, what's your breed? And if I play this, so I'm getting a Labrador, right? So that's how you can create objects, you can create classes, and you can make objects of those classes. Okay, so repeating once again, what is an object? An object can be anything that have some properties, and where that properties are defined, that are defined in the class. So I can say that a dog, a lion, or any animal like a donkey basically belongs to a animal class, correct? And similarly I can say that Piyush, okay, or maybe you, belongs to a human class or a person class, right? So that's how you can like treat the classes as a category kind of a thing that holds the properties that should be defined in a particular object. Okay, just for an example, or just for the understanding, you know that we had a subject biology in our class 10th, right? And there we had a chapter animal kingdom, correct? And in the animal kingdom we have seen some classes like reptile class, we have seen some mammal classes, right? So basically what's that is, like we say that we say that insect, correct? So can I say that a housefly is an insect? Sorry for my handwriting. A housefly is an insect, correct? Or you can say that a mosquito is an insect, or maybe a caterpillar is an insect, right? So why do you say that these all are insects? Because they have same properties, not the values but the properties. They are smaller in size, so basically you have just grouped them. So I can say that these all belongs to the insect class. So these are the objects of the insect class. Similarly, you have groupings for everything, right? You group everything into some class and that thing is a object. So if I give you a book, a different book, a different book, so you say that these all are books. So basically book is the class where the properties can be like, this is like, what is the category of this book, what is the number of pages of this book, what is the title. So that was the concept of classes and objects. So basically what we do is we create classes, okay, and then we create objects, and then we define some, like we attach some properties to them, and then we can access them using the dot notation. So this was the basics on what is object oriented programming, how we can create classes, how we can create objects, and what are the benefits of object oriented programming. Basically it makes your code more readable and more nice, right? Like I can say that lion.name is lion, so I can say like if I want to access the properties of this particular object, I can say that lion.age, what's your age, lion.breed. So that makes our life really easy and a code really nice to look at. Okay, so that's it for this video. Let's meet you in the next video. Until then, bye bye, take care.